NBA sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Just a short time ago, smoke from the pyrotechnics filled the dome as the Colts made their way out of the locker room. We're set for football as the Colts get set to match up with the Minnesota Vikings. The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. Pulls it in at the 13. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain. So you can use that to set up your play-action game. Or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
Jumping all the way from the outside, maybe getting a little early start in the corner blitz.
And the only time it makes sense to get that penalty is exactly as you described. Otherwise, he should never get that penalty.
On second down, it's Taylor. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Colts are going to take a first-quarter lead. And this is good to make it 7-0 Indy.
Makes the score Colts 7, Vikings 0. Rigoberto Sanchez to kick off for Indianapolis.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. And this carries into the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
16-yard line.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. The first carry down for Dalvin Cook. And the Colts leading tackler in 2019, Anthony Walker, gets another one there. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, it usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. From the gun on 3rd. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down.
Well, Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Now, they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
A throw left side to start the drive is complete. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
This a 2nd and 7 from the 37. Taylor. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Taylor, the ball carrier.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Here's Eason to throw. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. Rookie quarterback, rookie running back. They team up there to pick up the first.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. That's complete to Marlon Mack. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
In any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They run with Taylor. Fighting his way through contact. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Jonathan Taylor with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage.
It's not much as perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
The extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make the score 14-0.
Roberto Sanchez to kick off for Indianapolis.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line. Let's go!
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And it's pretty evident when you watch how Minnesota plays, just how important Dalvin Cook is to their offense. 1,000-yard rusher a year before, the first one the Vikings had since Adrian Peterson was dominating their carries. And having Cook in the lineup for the bulk of the season, that made Minnesota exactly what their head coach Mike Zimmer wanted them to be. A much more physical team that complemented their defense.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, they certainly came out firing in this one, and while that one was incomplete, I can't imagine that'll be the last shot that they take in this game.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Give to Cook out of the gun. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
A gain of 10 brings up 3rd and inches.
3rd and short yardage, Cousins. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Now a run with Cook. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Behind the chain, 2nd and 12. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Complete. Jefferson the target. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Complete to Justin
Well, the evidence
Jefferson.
is once again presented why he was such a top target at LSU. And Justin Jefferson carrying that over to the NFL. He's what a lot of people call a natural pass catcher. What I love about him, his ability to play the ball in the air and at the moment of truth, go up and take it from a defensive back. This guy is smooth.
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Now Cousins. Got an open man finding Jefferson. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 28. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
First down.
Let's go, D.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14. Vikings, nothing.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22.
Out of bounds at the 21-yard.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he get a good head of steam going.
Rudolph on the receiving end from Cousins. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
First down, Minnesota.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Cousins gives way to Cook. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Again, it's Cousins. And his throw is incomplete. Tight end Irv Smith, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Cousins again. This one brought in by Jefferson. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
The Vikings on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. To the air again, it's Cousins. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
He was brought down.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 23-yard line.
From the gun is Eason. Flushed out right. He's going to take off with it. Good work by Eason that time, and it'll be a first down. But Charles, in the past, a lot of people called this offense one-dimensional.
I think you did.
Well,
I think it was you.
I'll be honest, I did. I think the fan base is hoping with this young rookie that they can put some wrinkles in this offense like we just saw.
I think you're exactly right, because we did have that discussion that what we've seen in the past from them, they needed to broaden, and they have done it here. Look at what he's bringing to their offense, and now as a defensive coordinator, you've got some extra work to do to prepare for him and their offense.
Touchdown, Indianapolis! Zach Pascal, his first touchdown of the new season, and the Colts are able to grow their lead. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
And it is now 21-0.
Makes the score Colts 21. Vikings, nothing. Rigoberto Sanchez to kick off for Indianapolis.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Taken about 7 yards deep. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
At their own 21-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
And what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
Dalvin Cook.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a 3rd down.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4. Working out of the gun, Cousins. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Well, that's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that, because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Cook following the penalty. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
30-yard line.
From the gun, here's Cousins. And he fires one incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
The Vikings on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is going to be 3rd and 13. To throw it is Cousins. Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. A first down throw for Cousins. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And incomplete. An excellent play downfield. Should have been picked off, really. But second down instead.
It leads to second.
The scoreboard tells the story for him, a little bit bleak. And while it's not quite desperation time yet, it's definitely getting close. But the defense reads the scoreboard as well. They're going to back up and make them really earn it.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll throw again. Cousins. That'll be complete to Cook. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. Cousins. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 25-yard line. That 3rd down conversion good for 23.
First down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Cousins. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. Call it a gain of 5, and that'll make this a 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
20-yard line.
Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
The tackle made by Bobby Okereke. A 3-yard gain on the play brings up 3rd down.
Cousins on 3rd and 2. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Cousins now. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
So much for the best laid plans and best designed plays. That was good coverage along the sidelines. No place for that one to get in there. It sails incomplete.
Throwing again, Cousins on 2nd and 10. And complete right side to Cook. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they get it right at the 30-second mark of this first half. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. Cousins. That is caught at the 7-yard line. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. This is first and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Cousins to throw it. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Kenny Moore. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one, or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
Touchdown, Indianapolis! Jonathan Taylor in the final seconds of the first half, and the Colts add on to their lead. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now.
The score, Colts 28, Vikings nothing.
Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
At their own 18-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup.
And the third interception thrown by Cousins. Picked off by Travis Carey. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game.
Rigoberto Sanchez to kick off for Indianapolis.
The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. And this carries into the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8.
Listen to me. Mike six. What's the one? Hey,
To throw, Cousins. Oh, going for Jefferson. He's got a man. Complete. 20, 10, touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Vikings are able to close the gap just a bit. Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
A fairly short kick from the 14. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37. Even with the good gain, I thought they might accept that one.
Yeah, you thought maybe they'd go with the downs as opposed to the yardage. So if you're taking the yardage now, 2nd and less than 5, that tells me you feel good about how your offense is working.
On 2nd down now, it's Taylor. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
It's 3rd down and 5.
Eason. And that is incomplete.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Able to avoid him at the 40. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Cousins. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 35. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation. But sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. The give to Taylor. And he'll be dropped at the 23 after a pickup of about 4.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
Again, it's Taylor. And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20.
The ball carrier.
No, Jonathan Taylor didn't get the yardage he wanted on that carry. But I think this is central casting for him to be with the Colts. A big, strong, physical offensive line that goes with his running style. Elite speed, elite power. I think he'll catch more passes out of the backfield in the NFL than he did at Wisconsin. And yards after contact, that's his forte. The only thing he's got to improve on, taking care of the football. Put it on the ground way too often at Wisconsin. If he learns to hang on to it, he could be one of the surprises in the NFL.
Now Eason. He completes this one to Mack. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. They'll run with Taylor. Able to slither by. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Colts use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. And that rushing touchdown, his 4th, puts him just 1 shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll increase their lead to 28.
Rigoberto Sanchez to kick off for Indianapolis.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. On 2nd and 9, Cousins. Oh, going for... They got his man complete. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 33 yards that time. What a game it's been for this duo.
They remind me of a good comedy team. They know how to play off of each other so well. No matter how one riffs, the other's right there to pick them up, and they are shredding them in this ball game.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Complete. Jefferson to target. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. First down, here's the run with Cook. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. They'll run with Cook. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns.
And he takes off with it. It's a fake. And he gets into the end zone. We'll give him credit. They're not going to take this deficit lying down. They get 2 closer here on the fake extra point. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Rodgers on the return. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Rodgers on the return. The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Eason sets to throw it. That's complete to Jonathan Taylor out of the backfield. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 15 yards on the play. 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Eason going to throw it out of the shotgun. Forced out to his left. Looking deep for Hilton. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. T.Y. Hilton, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. A throw out wide caught by Pascal. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
First grab there by Zach Pascal. And he's one of those guys that often people forget are even on the roster. But when you look up at the end of the game, he's produced over 600 yards and 5 touchdowns in 2019.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 43. Here's Eason off the play fake. Going up top. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some 1st downs, just as good as running the football. On 2nd down, it's Taylor. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
On 3rd down, Eason. Going for Hilton, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. That's not one that that he's going to want to remember, but he had to get it out of the way at some point, his first career interception.
And if he's the guy that they think he is, he's not laughing it off, but he's also not going to let it affect him as the game proceeds. He's going to go back out there, still be the same confident kid, the reason that they drafted him, and go out and play.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. He'll start by handing it off to Dalvin Cook. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot. But they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
Here's Cousins. This one brought in by Jefferson. And down to the 20. It's a big one there for the Vikings. 49 yards.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
From the red zone now, Cousins. Over the middle to Smith. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. Give him 2 yards. That sets him up 1st and goal. This offense can certainly move quickly when they want to. 3 plays, 3 pass completions. In the blink of an eye, they've got a 1st and goal.
Almost felt like a lightning bolt hit in this game, didn't it? For them to get downfield that quickly. And now 1st and goal. Expect them to tackle right here on this play.
This will be caught at about the 6.
Cousins pass.
A gain of 7 that time. 2nd and goal. Good yardage on 1st down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? They'll run for it with Cook. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings are able to close the gap just a bit. He's doing his part, but still facing a sizable deficit.
And he would like to do more, but he needs help from the other 2/3, right? He needs his defense to bow up a little bit, and he also needs special teams to maybe create some big plays and help them get back in it.
Fields this way up at the 17. Oh, a good-looking return set up here.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Yeah, the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Here's Taylor. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the 4th quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers, 4th quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Yeah, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it, and let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. The ball is free. Taylor lost it. And the Vikings pick up the football. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
Pardon partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, two-score game, so hold on here, not done in the fourth. So we've got a challenge. Our referee's going to take another look on the tablet. He's going to be watching to see if the knee was down prior to the ball coming out.
Oh, I love what you just said there. You nailed it, because if the ball's shifting or moving before the knee or any other part of the body hits the ground, then that'll be considered a fumble.
And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run, and just lost track, and it cost him.
That time, the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold them.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll get maybe a couple before he's taken down, as that will take us to the 2-minute warning.
39-yard line. Brings up 3rd down.
So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit, because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away. Taken in at the 22. Just a 25-yard punt. Not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. A fourth-quarter score from the Meadowlands. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. A throw left side to start out. That's complete. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6 at the 31-yard line.
From the gun, here's Cousins. Over the middle, complete. That's Cook. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
1st down, Vikings.
And he slings one that's incomplete. Justin Jefferson, the rookie, his intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds, because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
On 2nd down, Cousins again. He goes right back to Jefferson, and this one complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Tavon Wilson. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep two eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting two hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
On the draw is Taylor. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on third down. From the gun is Eason. Looking for Campbell downfield. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
Well, finally got one.
Yes, they did.
From the gun, Eason. A good throw here, finding Pascal. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Taylor. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. To throw on third down, Eason, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Michael Pittman with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule, because we're going to have to play again next week, boss man. Oh, without a doubt, the head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
Rigoberto Sanchez to kick off for
Sanchez now. He'll kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded in the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone, as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?"
Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. DeForest Buckner with a sack, the former number 7 overall pick.
It's second down.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
43.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points.